Welcome. Please, like, subscribe, comment and share. Some of the content in this video was taken from trusted sources from the internet. In this video we will be exploring several key factors after the lockdown. Traveling. Returning to work. Returning to school. Loss and bereavement, and socialization. Living life after COVID-19, the way forward. COVID-19 is a test like no other. Never before have the lives of so many people around the world been affected at this scale or speed. The pandemic has affected the world in a marked way. One we will not forget anytime soon. However, we should not allow the pandemic to stop us from living our best life. Life is short. We need to try to spend as much time with friends and family in a safe way. Living in a state of quarantine and lockdown for months has gotten to the best of us. Lots of people want to get away from their surrounding. So how do you travel after a lockdown? Be careful. Do thorough research to make educated decisions. The world is not off limits, and local economies need your support more than ever. But it's crucial to be responsible and educate yourself on all guidelines. Restrictions and health procedures required along the way. In other words, it is not wise for a spur-of-the-moment trip. Not with the pandemic still with us. Check out the state of the pandemic of your destination. Returning to work. It's fair to say that 2020 rocked many organizations and business models. Upending priorities and plans as business leaders scrambled to navigate a rapidly changing environment. For many organizations, this included responding to the social justice movements, shifting to a full-time remote staff, determining how best to support employees' well-being, managing a hybrid workforce, and now addressing legal concerns around the COVID-19 vaccine. It would be nice to believe that this year will be about stability and getting back to normal. However, this year is likely to be another full of major transitions. While there has been a lot of focus on the increase in the number of employees working remotely at least part of the time going forward, there are 9 additional forces that may shape business in the years to come. Employers will shift from managing the employee experience to managing the life experience of their employees. The pandemic has given business leaders increased visibility into the personal lives of their employees, who have faced unprecedented personal and professional struggles over the last year. It's become clear that supporting employees in their personal lives more effectively enables employees to not only have better lives, but also to perform at a higher level. According to Gartner's 2020 Reimagine Our Employee Survey, employers that support employees with their life experience see a 23% increase in the number of employees reporting better mental health, and a 17% increase in the number of employees reporting better physical health. There is also a real benefit to employers who see a 21% increase in the number of high performers compared to organizations that don't provide the same degree of support to their employees. That's why in the years to come it is more likely employees will give better support for mental health, financial health, and even things that were previously seen as out of bounds, like sleep, will become the table stakes benefits offered to employees. Returning to school. The coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic and the continued levels of restrictions placed across the world is an unprecedented situation that continues to affect our lives. It will be hard to gauge the full impact the situation is having on children and young people's mental health and well-being until we emerge from it. Pupils' experiences of the pandemic will be varied. Some, despite restrictions, will feel safe and mostly enjoy their time. For others, it will be challenging or even traumatic. Schools and teachers are used to supporting their pupils through challenges that they face in life. The current situation will amplify those situations many times over. Loss and bereavement. Some children and young people will have relatives or friends who have died during the pandemic, due to coronavirus or other illnesses. Even more will be aware of a relative or friend being seriously unwell or hospitalized. For other young people, there will be other types of loss. For example, parents who are furloughed or have lost their job, a home and/or school move. Or they may have experienced long-term isolation from important figures in their life such as grandparents. Regardless of the type of loss, many will be experiencing this with a sense of grief. The way that children and young people respond to those feelings of loss and grief will differ widely. Some may seem sad or withdrawn, others may appear irritable or angry. Socialization. Experts say there's a reason why many of us may feel anxious about returning to normalcy. Over the last year, isolating at home has become our new normal. Experts say returning to socializing indoors and outdoors can lead to anxiety for many people. Taking a gradual approach will help most people ease back into socializing again. With the number of people getting vaccinated against COVID-19 increasing steadily each day, the idea of a return to normalcy doesn't feel too far off. But if going back to some of the activities from our pre-pandemic lives feels daunting to you, you're not alone. Over the last year, we've been continuously adapting to a new reality. Living in uncertain times and constant fear of the impact of a deadly virus on our own health and that of our loved ones. Forced to physically distance from family and friends. Many people around the world spent the last year in their homes, with video calls becoming the primary way of socializing. Humans are creatures of habit, so initially, adjusting to isolating at home was incredibly challenging, but now, a year later, we're accustomed to the new normal. Explained Paraskevi-Nulas, PsyD, a psychologist at NYU Langone Health. Our ability to adjust is a double-edged sword because now that we're used to isolating so much, it's going to be yet another transition to engage with others socially in person again, both indoors and outdoors. It is up to us to take the first step in becoming the social butterfly that we once was. Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe.